Makyam, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakodash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who teach and rule well, and Shalom to the sincere Akim, spreading this truth in sincerity. Shalom. So in this video, I want to go into an article on The Guardian, and the title reads, Elon Musk put a chip in this paralyzed man's brain. Now he can move things with his mind. Should we be amazed or terrified? And before I'm going to start, I want to mention that it's quite a long article. So Yahweh Ratazah, bear with me. I'm going to try to, skim through it, see, the type of information that we're able to retrieve, from this article, and then, being able to, speak on things concerning the basically the program or the plan that they have to eventually put this into place in relationships to the scripture. So it says in the first paragraph, it says an accident left Nolan Arbo paralyzed, but Musk's Neuralink brain implant allows him to control computers with his thoughts. Is it a life-changing innovation that could help millions, or the start of a dystopia where a billionaire can access our thoughts? Well, the question that is being asked here is actually irrelevant concerning the type of question that is being asked, because what we should actually be afraid of is the fact that the moment that the people take this technology within themselves, whether it's in the hand or whether it's in the brain, they become a product of Esau, which Esau is the so-called white man upon the earth, who's trying to establish his NWO, his new world order, in which they want to have control over the people. You see, and the NFC chip or the RFID technology, or Elon Musk's brain chip and similar chips like that, they're actually part of the beast system which they want to implement, which, to be more specific, it is mentioned in the scriptures as the mark of the beast, or the karakma. You see, and the people that do take this chip, whether it's for a medical purpose like this, or whether it's for purchasing purposes, or whether it's for accessing buildings or whatever, your car, your house, you name it, to reveal medical information, whatnot, concerning these informations that the people are able to put on these chips. Those that take it, they will bow down their allegiance, to Esau, Edom, the so-called white man upon the earth, man. And to be more specific, actually the ones that are not supposed to take this technology are the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and those who belong to the same nation, but who look like different nations. You see, we're not supposed to take that, man, because we should bow down, and have our allegiance towards Yahweh Shem Yahushai. But the moment that we take this technology, we actually are pledging our allegiance to Esau, Edom, the so-called white man upon the earth. And those that do so, they will be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles, man. Not only that, but the scriptures mention that those people that have taken it will, at the location where they put it, where it was inserted, they will get there they will get cancer there, man, because it's constantly emitting radiation. But I digress a little bit, concerning the article itself. Yet the information that I bring out is still scriptural, so it's still on topic. But let's continue with this article. It says, Nolan Arbo's life changed in a fraction of a second in June 2016. He was a 22-year-old student working at a kids summer camp in upstate New York. When he went swimming in the lake, he can't tell me exactly what happened, but thinks one of his friends must have accidentally struck him very hard in the side of his head as they went into the water and plunged beneath the surface. When he woke up face down in the water, unable to move or breathe, Nolan immediately knew he was paralyzed. But he didn't panic. He felt no fear at all, he says. You never know what you're going to do in those high-stress situations. I found out that day that it's hard to shake me. I am very, very calm under pressure. Elon Musk would ultimately turn this quality to his advantage when, after nearly 8 years of being quadriplegic, Nolan agreed to allow the world's richest man to implant an electronic chip into his brain. Let me look up what quadriplegic is. Basically goes into where, four extremities have been paralyzed. So basically the arms, the legs, you know. It says in January 2024, Nolan became the first human recipient of a brain-computer interface developed by Musk's company, Neuralink. If it worked, it would allow him to control a computer using only the power of his mind. Only four months after he first heard about Neuralink, Nolan was on an operating table with a purpose-built robot poised to insert the N1 chip into his motor cortex. The stakes could not have been higher for him. He was risking infection, hemorrhage, and brain damage. My brain is the last part of myself that I really feel I have control over, he tells. He tells me from his wheelchair at his kitchen table in Yuma, Arizona. But the stakes for humankind too were very great. If Neuralink succeeds, the world's most powerful billionaire will have fulfilled this science fiction fueled dreams of melding minds with machines. And that is also, the industrial revelation that we're in. The fourth industrial revolution, Shalakia, that we're in is merging man with machines, basically making humanoids, like human androids. Reading on, what kind of person chooses to be Elon Musk's guinea pig? And once the experiment is over, what happens next for Nolan and for the rest of us? Nolan's world is in a different universe to Musk's. Now 30, he lives in the same simple, single-story house in the dusty military town of the Sonoran Desert where he grew up. He left for an international studies degree at Texas A&M University, only to move back after his accident so Dad, his mother Mia, stepfather and half-brother could take care of him. The words, "Be grateful for small things, big things, and everything in between" are stenciled on the kitchen wall. Goats, chickens, and a plump turkey named Hope roam the backyard. Two golden retrievers and an enormous golden doodle pad around the kitchen, occasionally pushing their noses into my lap. It says Nolan has an electric wheelchair that he can operate using a mouthpiece. His forearm lies still on the brightly upholstered armrest. Ever so often, Mia reaches forward to uncurl his fingers or offer him a sip of coffee from a straw in a big gulp cup, or sweat away the flies that buzz around his face in the merciless Arizona heat. He asks her to roll up his shirt to show me a sleeve of tattoos on his arm. "I got it done after my accident because it didn't hurt," he grins. Two bracelets are inked onto his wrist, a permanent rendering of one given to him by the girl who pulled him out of the water in 2016. So, now they basically give a sob story about this man's situation that he is in right now, and how, the development that Elon Musk is having with these chips, how that, is able to, help so-called mankind from the people that are in a, predicament like this, man. I used to know someone that also got in a car accident of some sort, not being able to use her right arm, either right or left arm, which was also always in a brace. It was basically hanging on to some things, but back in those days, if I remember correctly, because it's like 7, 8 years ago, she mentioned that technology like this would be very beneficial for her because it would allow her to have a functioning arm again, because then the arm would be amputated and she would receive an android-like arm. Let me see. Let me see. reading down a little bit, it says the blow to Nolan's head didn't break his neck. It dislocated it, and his vertebrae went back into place immediately, but it left his spinal cord severely damaged. The higher up a serious spinal cord injury is, the more extensive the paralysis. Superman actor Christopher Reeve shattered his first and second vertebrae and could not hold up his head without assistance. Nolan's injury was around his fourth and fifth vertebrae, so he can move his head and shoulders and express himself with nods and shrugs, which he often does. He uses the word luck a lot. I was really lucky that I wasn't ventilated for my entire life, he says. I was really lucky that I didn't have a traumatic brain injury. So basically, the Most High, caused this man, to be in this position, for him to be used, concerning this technology, man. Let me see what else there is to it. Okay, so now it's going a little bit into the technology that he has implanted together with what he can do. It says he asks Mia to open his laptop in front of him on the kitchen table. He turns toward the screen. Implant connect, he says, and he begins to play chess, moving pieces across the board with swift, deft cursor movements, while his hands remain motionless on the armrest of his wheelchair. He's been playing against some of the Neuralink engineers for a few months. He tells me as he takes someone's pawn. None of them are very good, so it's not too hard. Next, he's browsing the internet, opening X, checking his DMs, composing a message by directing his cursor across a virtual keyboard. Now he's slaying baddies, darting back and forth with Reaper's sight in a game called Vampire Survivors. I love this game, he says, looking over to me while keeping control of the cursor. He completes a level and digital confetti rains down the screen. It's extraordinary, but also totally unremarkable. Nolan is using a computer like anyone else's does. He's just not moving his body at all. Sometimes I forget how impressive it is because it is so natural to me, he says, shrugging again. So basically, this man, his life, was devastated, by an accident that occurred to him at the age of 22. Now, 8 years later, he is, getting his life slowly but surely back to the technology that, is being created right now, which is part of the beast system, which, like I mentioned, is the mark of the beast, which is the NFC chip or the RFID technology chip or the Neuralink, that technology that, allows, information to be stored or things to be done with it, and before you know it, chip like this, is being able to be inserted into people, giving them like a whole exoskeleton to move around, man. This is a long ass article, man. Let me see what I can find. Because basically what they're doing is they're trying to access or basically find out more information about how the body works and make use of that with technology. It says everything that you've experienced in your whole life, smell, emotions, all of those are electrical signals, he told podcaster Lex Friedman in August. If you trigger the right neuron, you could trigger a particular scent. You could certainly make things glow. You can think of the brain as a biological computer. As such, the brain could be harnessed or hacked. And this is Elon Musk speaking. It says, people cannot like Elon Musk for a lot of different reasons, but what he's doing, pushing the boundaries of space travel, the cars, the internet, is incredible. Musk hopes the enhanced human brain will be able to keep one step ahead of, or at least keep up with, computers. If we can find good commercial uses to fund Neuralink, then in a few decades we will get our ultimate goal of protecting us against evil AI by tightly coupling the human world to our digital machinery, he told Isaacson. His first commercial target was augmenting people with quadriplegia. Yeah, because that's like a very great achievement if someone is able to, obtain that, because a person that has never been able to use his arms now is being able, has been enabled to do such a thing. That's a great achievement in the sight of the people, man. But we should not be, how you said, amazed by these quote unquote miracles that these so-called white people are able to perform. Why? Because that's all part of the scheme to lure the people, into their plan of bringing so many people down with them, basically. You see? Let me see. Salake, bear with me. Let me see. I'm just skimming through it right now. Goes a little bit into information concerning the operation. It says he knows that his Neuralink chip will always be the worst. In August 2024, the company announced that a second trial participant, an anonymous quadriplegic man who has chosen not to meet or speak to Nolan, had received an implant. With his superior chip, Alex is able to design three-dimensional objects using the power of his mind. None of his threats have retracted. Last month, Musk revealed that a third, also unnamed person had now received a Neuralink chip. Is Nolan envious of those who will come after him? A little bit, he concedes. I'm really excited for them though. So you see that there's progress, and actually, fast progress within, a short amount of time. Let me see. Yeah, there's not too much information, but y'all might, want to look it up for yourself. You can replay the video, and there you can find, the information on the title. But this technology that is being mentioned in this article on The Guardian, concerning Elon Musk, his Neuralink brain chip, is what is being mentioned in Revelation chapter 13. You see? And, let me start at verse 16, which reads, And he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And he is referring to the, to basically to the beast, which, is the revived Roman Empire that we live in right now. The EU and the NATO, basically. They're the ones that are slowly but surely opting, for this quote unquote age of transformation, in which technology is being pushed to the forefront. which also the technology concerning this NFC or RFID technology, is being forced upon the people in due time. You see, um, and like it mentions, small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. So it doesn't matter, what type of status or position that you hold or the age that you have in the future. Everybody will receive this technology. You see, and it says in the right hand or in the foreheads, but it doesn't really matter in which hand you receive it. If you receive this chip within your body, that's enough. People shouldn't really be playing semantics with things like that. Oh yeah, put it in my foot. Then it doesn't count. Yeah, you know what? You take it in your food, and we're gonna see in those days. But it also mentions in their foreheads, which when we look at this chip that is being put in the brain of this man, it is able to hold technology in itself. It's able to uphold a certain program, that this man is then able to make use of. You see, so in the future, when these things have been developed better and better and better, the time is gonna come that certain events happen, that this technology is going to be pushed upon the people. Otherwise, like it says in verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So you won't be able to partake in the society without this technology. You're going to be an outcast, you know. And even those that do not want to, follow after this system, they're going to be put to death, man. They're going to be persecuted, thrown in prisons, summary execution, being judged at the spot without having a fair trial, things like that. You see, but without this technology, you won't be able to, partake in the future, man, in within the society. Verse 18: Here's wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for this is the number of a man, and his number is 666. So, the 666 is actually referring to the barcode, that a lot of products have, that we, are able to purchase in the stores, man. I just decided to grab one of my Xbox game boxes, and, you have, on the left, in the middle, and on the right side of a barcode, you have like, two thin stripes, and then underneath the two thin stripes, you don't see a number. But, if you really, look towards, other, or you grab another barcode with it, you might be able to, discern, depending upon the code that it mentions underneath. You might be able to discern that on that spot where there's no number, there's supposed to be 6, 6, and 6. You see? And also when you go into the word chai stigma, in the Greek, let me also bring it out. Let me go into Revelation chapter 13. I'm also on my phone right now, on the phone. It says chai stigma. Let me see. We go to the word stigma. It says a mark pricked in or branded upon the body. The ancient Oriental usage, slaves and soldiers bore the name or the stamp of their master or commander branded or pricked, cut into their bodies to indicate what master or general they belonged to. And there were even some devotees who stamped themselves in this way with the token of their gods. So what we see here right now is that actually this technology is part of like receiving a branding like an animal, man. To discern and decipher who you actually belong to. And it even mentioned that there's some devotees who stamp themselves in this way with the token of their god. So when you look at it like this, you have those that are so hyped up about technology that they are willingly able to put this technology within themselves just for the experimentation sake, man. you know, just to experiment with it and see what they can do, you know, program it themselves, things like that, you know, vain things like that. You see, and that is also what you could see in that that series, Biohackers on Netflix. You know, that's where you also saw that, you know, this one dude, he put this chip within himself, man. You know, just for fun and games, just to, you know, found out like, hey, what can I do with it? You know, experiment with it. That's a person that can be, you know, perceived as a devotee that stamped himself with the token of their gods, man, because they look so much towards science and things like that, that they look at it as a god, man. You see, but you know, to come back on the article, you know, this is the basically the you know, where things are leading towards, man. You know, the things that Elon Musk is developing, the things that are being developed concerning the RFID chip, you know, that for instance is being used in Sweden and things like that. That is where things are heading towards, man. You know, because we are able to go into the word cause it all. Revelation 13:6 calls it. There, it goes into that a way is being prepared, man. You see, so they are prepared. So they are preparing the way, you know, for the people to eventually receive it, man. You know, making preparations. You know, making sure that things on the left and on the right, you know, are being fixed up, so that the earth is ready to receive it. You know, so that all things that have to work, you know, have to coincide together, you know, we'll be able to put into place at the exact moment that Esau wants to enforce it upon the people. You see, which also includes, you know, the how you say that, the fall of the economy, man. You see, but hey, with that, I do hope and pray that this video was edifying. And with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakab Kadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who teach and rule well. And shalom to the sincere Akim spreading this truth and sincerity. Shalom.